do we go to see the comments and stuff? Do we have to go to YouTube?
It's a train off the rails, and we are going to be joined here within seconds by the restricted section. That was some good clapping. That worked out well, and it's still going, and I can't turn it off for some reason. Oh my God, it's not going to stop. Okay. That was terrifying. So yeah. So thanks, live audience there. That worked out well. Let me see. There's got to be something else here that's good enough. Okay. That worked. Okay. So, how are you guys doing?
We're doing pretty good. Doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. Why are we talking like this?
We're just being fancy.
we have ups in our voices, and it's all my fault. So again, for the chat people, for those of you who were around last week, how we're going to do this is chat amongst yourselves, have a good time. If you do have a question in there, go ahead and ask it. We might miss it, but towards the end of the show, we will be just open for questions, and I will let you know when that is, and everything will be super duper. All right. So, now that you guys are here, how bad do you want to leave? No, that's not a question. Also, for the chat, if you guys could tell me, once I let them start talking, obviously, how their audio is, that would be super. So, now about your channel. Tell us about your channel. What I've noticed about your channel, as I ask you to tell me about it, I start talking. You guys read a lot of books that are very broad in scope as far as genres and whatnot go, and that's one of the things I like about your channel. But what made you guys want to do this?
Well, I had actually been watching Booktube for a few years, I think. It'd been a long time. And I had been thinking about making a channel, but I don't know, I didn't pull the trigger on it. And so I mentioned it to Megan, and she was like, we should do it together. Yeah. And so that's kind of how it happened. Excuse me for one moment.
You're
Sorry
fine.
about the dogs. Cow. Stop. Here. Sit. Here. Yeah, so that's kind of how the channel happened, and then as soon as she agreed to do it with me, we had a video up within like a week.
So
yeah, we just started doing it. Yeah, I just needed someone to push me into it, I think.
So Megan, were you like roped into it or forced into it, or were you like, yes, let's go do this?
I was kind of like, yes, let's just go do this, because we have fun together, so I figured it would be a good time. Yeah. And I think we both kind of also wanted it to help us read more. Yeah. Because I had been a huge reader when I was a kid, and, all through when I was a teenager, and then in college I just kind of fell off. And I think that happened to both of us. Yes. And so
just as you said fell off, she disappeared from the picture.
Yeah, she had to go let her dogs out because they were
okay.
demanding.
Just so you know, about 20 minutes before we started, my wife Zoe brought home the 4th dog.
Oh, really?
4th.
Jeez. That's exciting.
The 4th
I have 3, so
dog.
I can't imagine what 4 is like.
I can't either. I'm still getting over 3. It's pretty intense.
I only have 1.
Oh. So, were you guys the first duo on Booktube that you know of?
No, I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure the Drunken Library was around before we were. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure other than that, but I'm pretty certain that they started their channel before we started ours. Yeah, I think so.
Nice. And where did you come up with the name?
We were just trying to think of something we both enjoyed, and that, I don't know, we kind of liked how it also sounded a little edgy. Yeah. So the restricted section is from Harry Potter, in case people didn't know that. Or it could be that part of the video store that you can't go to unless you're 18. Right.
Yeah.
So, whatever store. Yeah. So we kind of liked that it was like bookish, and we both enjoy Harry Potter. We're not like huge fanatics like a lot of people are, but we both really like it. Yeah. And
I'm Hufflepuff.
Me too.
I'm joking. I'm not. I have no idea. I've never read it.
Oh, so is Hufflepuff. I'm Ravenclaw. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Where did the video, every video has a different beer thing come from?
I think that was Megan's idea. Was it? I think so. I'm so smart. I think we were like, I think it was just an excuse to drink beer. Drink more beer. But yeah, I think you were like, we should drink a different beer every video. And I was like, sure, let's do it. Let's do that thing. And we kind of started off not really like talking about the beer. But then we just, I don't know, there was actually more people than we anticipated who were actually interested in it. So we just started discussing the beer. Yeah.
And what are you drinking today?
We're drinking a old favorite, Leinenkugel's Sunset Wheat. Yeah. Or AKA Fruity Pebble beer, because it tastes a lot like Fruity Pebbles. Yeah.
Ah. And how is it? You guys like it? It's good?
Delicious. Yeah, it's pretty delicious. Yeah.
Okay, because
I've loved that one for years.
That's kind of the next line of things I want to get into. What is the best beer you guys have had on your show?
Ooh, that's a really hard question. Oh, shit. I really love this year. We had Abraxas on the channel. Yeah, I love Abraxas. It's really delicious, and it's like a limited release thing, so it's hard to get, but it tastes like kind of like brownies. Yeah, you waited in line for it, didn't you? Yeah, I mean, the line wasn't long. But yeah. No, I I like the I was like the only female in a line full of dudes buying some beer.
Buying some brownie beer.
Yeah.
It's
pretty delicious.
What was the worst one you've had?
For me, I'd have to say what I call the dirty dish rag beer.
That was pretty fucking gross.
It was a pumpkin spice latte beer from Breckenridge Brewery, and it was disgusting. It tasted like I wrung out a dirty dish rag into my mouth. I'm gonna go with Count Orlok, which is also a pumpkin beer. That was fucking disgusting. I don't know. Orlok's pretty bad too. And what they made that with? Yeah, it's a cool name. And the bottle art was cool, but the beer was fucking gross. Yeah, and that's from what, Urban Chestnut, I think. I think so. Which I usually like their beers a lot, but that one was a big stinker. That was a big miss. Yeah.
And what was the weirdest one you've ever had? Like the weirdest combination of flavors that necessarily wasn't bad, but it was just like, why the fuck is this in a bottle?
What about the pepper one? Oh, see, I was gonna say the marshmallow IPA. Oh, we had like a toasted marshmallow IPA.
I saw you guys do that
really
one,
weird combination, and it was I liked it. You didn't so much because it was really sweet. It was too sweet for me, but it weirdly tasted really good to me. Yeah, we had one that was made with like pepper juice or something. Yeah, and that was good. Yeah, it was spicy. It made my stomach hurt though. Yeah, mine too. But it tasted good. Yeah.
So why did you guys change your intro, like your little intro video thing?
I was just trying to, up the quality a little. It's still not the greatest because I'm not good at that kind of thing. But our last one was just really, I don't know. I think it looked really bad. It was just like stock. Yeah. It was just 3 photos I found on the internet that I put together and wung it. Well, neither one of us is really like awesome at that kind of stuff. Sue's better at it than I am because I'm literally the worst at it. I can barely work my way through an edit. Like editing a video. So, like, she's better at it than me, but neither one of us are really, neither one of us know what the hell we were doing. Yeah. So.
And the music you guys use on there, I know that you got that from, like, a SoundCloud guy. Is that someone you actually know, or...?
No, the intro music is actually just from the YouTube library.
Oh, is it?
Library. Yeah. And then our outro music that we have now is from, there's a lot of YouTube channels where you can find free music. Like, I think this one's called Copyright Free Music. And so I found it through that and downloaded it through SoundCloud.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to find that song? Were you, like, going through a ton of, like, YouTube music to get to it? Was it a big deal?
Yeah, I went through quite a bit. Did you? Yeah. But, I work from home, so I can kind of just, like, listen to things while I work, so that's nice.
That kind of leads us into what I was going to ask you next. And that was, if you are comfortable answering it, what do you guys do outside of Booktube?
Well, I help edit and publish academic journals. So it's a really small company, so I kind of do a little bit of everything. And that's it. And I am a program director for a clinic that treats opioid addiction. It's a medication-assisted treatment facility, so we use methadone and buprenorphine to treat opioid dependence, and that's what I do.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Have you guys been doing those things long?
Yeah, I've been at my job for, I think, like 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been with the company I've been working with for 4 years, but I started out there as a counselor and then worked my way up to where I'm at now. Yeah, so same company for 4 years.
Nice. And how did you guys meet?
We worked together at Bass Pro. We did. While we were in college. Yeah. In the warehouse. Yeah.
Where did you guys go to college?
I went to Missouri State University. Yeah. Yep. But we've met at work, though. Yeah. So we didn't go to college together.
Oh, okay.
But we met at work. And we worked there together for 4 years, I think. Yep. Yeah. We actually didn't really like hang out though for like a year after we started working together. Yeah. Because Sue scared the shit out of me.
And I thought Megan was a Bible thumper.
She did.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Well, she didn't look like this.
She didn't look like this then, and all my friends were Bible thumpers. To be fair.
Yeah.
So,
and I still looked like this. So.
And Bass Pro, like the warehouse has this way of like making you instantly angry when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
And so she has like a pretty intense angry face, and I just knew that if I talked to her, she'd whoop my ass.
Yeah.
So I didn't talk to her.
Now, Megan, you are originally from Detroit or just Michigan in general?
Just Michigan. I'm like 4 hours north of Detroit. So like backwoods ass Michigan.
So how do you like where you're at now compared to there?
I like where I'm at now better in that I live in a bigger city than I'm from like a 2,000 people town, so it's tiny. And where I am now is a lot bigger than that, so I like that. Michigan's prettier, though. Like the scenery is prettier. And I think that I like the Great Lakes better than Missouri Lakes, but
Well, they're great.
they are great.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
We got some Michiganers in the oh wait, what did you say? So like Grayling? Are you from Grayling?
From where? Like Grayling? No, not Grayling. It's from, I used to go camping in Grayling though. We would camp, funny story, we would camp at this campground that was close to, they have like a military post in Grayling, so we could hear them doing drills and stuff while we were camping. And we used to tell like ghost stories about dead soldiers and stuff while we were camping. But no, not Grayling. It's a small town called Gladwin.
Fun story. We used to tell stories of dead soldiers. So have you had any tornadoes since you've been there?
No, Springfield's kind of on a plateau, so we get missed a lot, by tornadoes, just because geographically we're not really set up to get hit by them, which is nice. Yeah.
So what's the worst kind of natural disaster-ish thing you guys get, for those who are not familiar with Springfield?
Fucking ice.
Ice. We had a really terrible ice storm back in like 2000. It was like 2007.
It was
when I first moved to Springfield. It was terrible. People were out of power for weeks and weeks. So that's probably been the worst thing since I lived here. Other than that, just severe storms and flooding.
Yeah. The ice is probably the worst for me. Yeah. That we get, but ice sucks.
I drove through Missouri one time, and there was a tornado to my left and a tornado to my right.
Oh,
and
no.
I didn't know what to do, and I got really scared, so I hid in a Waffle House.
Oh.
As you do.
Yeah. Well, at least you'll have food there, right? So.
Yeah, we don't have Waffle House over here on the west.
It's tragic. It's tragic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And also,
wait till you've been drunk at a Waffle House.
I've never been drunk at a Waffle House.
You never?
Nope, I have been drunk at an IHOP, but not at a Waffle House.
How far are you guys from Kansas City?
It's about 3 hours.
Yeah,
3 hour drive.
Yeah.
Because the freeways in Kansas City are complete shit, and you should never have to be on them. You'll just keep going in a circle and never get out. Like it's made to keep you there. It's awful.
Anytime I go there, I'm just going to visit my sister, so I just go directly to her house and stay there.
See, I just go there for IKEA, so I just go directly to IKEA and give them all of my money and then come home.
I've never been to IKEA.
Be careful, because they will take all of it.
IKEA is... Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a secret right now that nobody knows except me, which is a complete lie, by the way.
Okay.
IKEA is set up like a fucking rat maze, and its whole plan is to keep you and make you never leave and spend all your money, and if you get hungry, they have Swedish meatballs that you can eat. Yeah, they will feed
you.
you.
Just live there.
But you can't fucking get out. And these people here, they want me to go there on Monday. And I fucking hate IKEA so much. And I think they're going to make me go.
Be careful. It sounds kind of terrible to me. I've never been there, but...
I love IKEA, but it is so dangerous. Because, like, as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, oh, the affordable furniture. And then I just want to buy everything. And...
Do you guys have Winco over there? Okay, because Winco's like the grocery store equivalent of IKEA. Like, you can't just, like, walk in and walk out. You have to, like, go through the whole fucking thing before you leave. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of those things. I have way too many anxiety issues to be trapped in a building.
Yeah.
Boy.
This is how I knew that Instagram listened to my conversations.
Yeah.
Was that she was talking about going to IKEA. I've never been there. I've never been online, like shopping at IKEA, nothing. I immediately got an ad for IKEA on my Instagram.
Is that the most terrifying thing ever?
It is really creepy.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
Like,
that's why my phone came with a free like Google Home thing, and I've never taken it out of the box because it freaks me out.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but Zoe, she's an artist and stuff, and so like she wants like certain pens and like artsy shit that I have no fucking idea about, that I never search for. And then she talked about a certain pen she wanted, and then the next thing I know, it's in my fucking Facebook ads, it's in my Instagram ads, and now I'm terrified. Like, like right now we're talking over a computer.
More than once on Instagram, especially. I always notice it on Instagram.
That's creepy.
Have you noticed how many fucking ads are on Instagram now?
It's a lot.
So goddamn many.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's a lot more than it used to be.
It's like, listen, I just want to scroll through my Instagram and look at cute fucking animals. Like, I don't want to see your bullshit ads.
My Instagram is just cats.
Mine's like dog.
I just found like 8 really cute hamster accounts. And like, but I'm afraid to like anything because I have to make sure it's not an ad.
Oh yeah.
I get screwed with bans all the time.
Shit.
Do you get screwed with bans? Like, you think you're just liking a band's page, but it's actually like a concert or like
a fan page
or some sort of shop now. Buy this fucking shirt, you dumbass.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Most of the time it happens with animals for me though. It'll be like, oh, look, a cute dog, and then I'm like, oh, fuck, that's mad.
And the dog's like selling potatoes or something.
Yeah. Which I do really like potatoes, so I would probably buy them from like a dog. Yeah.
Oh, those damn dog salesmen. So with music, because I see a lot of awesome t-shirts and I see a lot of awesome posts. So the question is, black metal or death metal?
Death metal.
Death
for me.
metal.
Yeah.
I would say death metal.
Yeah.
Black metal, I'm kind of picky about which bands I like.
Now, is it because of like the different waves of black metal?
Yeah, I don't like the sort of the ones that sound super underground, I guess you say. That's like, I don't know, sometimes they just sound like noise to me.
Yeah.
So I guess I like the ones that are a little more produced.
Like,
maybe that makes me a poser.
Like, are you into more of the like symphonic, like the newer third wave ish shit? Very nice.
I like symphonic. That's like one of my favorite combinations of music ever. It's just symphonic metal, of any sort.
I like symphonic death metal a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who is your like right now? Who is your favorite death metal band that you've been listening to?
Well, you already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah. What is mine?
Mine is Septic Flesh.
I love Bloodbath. Bloodbath is like an always favorite.
Yeah.
I also love Carcass.
Do ya?
Yeah.
I'm on the fence with them all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Like, sometimes I like them, and then I don't. Because I have to judge everyone by everything they've ever done.
Oh,
which is why I have such a hard...
newest album, which came out a few, like 2 or 3 years ago, I think. But yeah, I listen to their newest album all the time. And then Heartwork
Yes.
is the one that everyone fucking loves. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a problem with Darkthrone because I love Darkthrone, but there's like 8 fucking albums that are really not amazing. But their last one was really good. So, or is it really good because I'm comparing it to the shit that they put out for the last like 15 fucking years? So, I don't know. And then there's like the Mayhem issue where I like early Mayhem, but I really haven't liked anything else. And I'm like a total like poser because when it comes to death metal, like I love Cannibal Corpse and I can't not love Cannibal Corpse. And I love 6 Feet Under, but for some reason I really, really love Cannibal Corpse, but their newest album I'm not excited about. But the last one before that was amazing. I really, really liked it.
Cannibal Corpse is one of those bands that, like, I'm really glad I can't understand what they're saying. Because their lyrics are absolutely putrid.
Yeah. Especially older stuff was, like, really, like, Chris Barnes stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. My boyfriend has all the... They put out these, like, special edition records that have the album cover art printed on the vinyl. Yeah. And he bought all those and has them hanging on the wall in our house. And, like, the covers, some of them are...
and you're like, excuse me.
That when they come in our home.
Welcome to our home.
Welcome to our home. This is Butchered at Birth. Hello. Yeah. No, that's good stuff. And you like Skeleton Witch too, right?
Yeah.
I had a fun love for them for a bit. But nothing ever lasts. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. We have dwindled our audience down to like one person talking about... But I just get so excited when I like see someone who like listens to stuff that I like, and I just want to like pick their brain about it forever. But so let's get back to some books just for a minute. So how strict are you guys with your TBRs? Like
not remotely at all.
I think I am more than you.
You are, because I like always think it's a really good idea to be like, here's what I'm gonna read, and like set that goal. But then like really when it comes down to it, I'm like, I don't feel like reading that. I'll read something else. Yeah. So and I'm just really not strict at all.
I have a tendency to if I said I'm gonna read something, I force myself to read it, even if I don't feel like it.
That's dangerous. Yeah.
To do. Which is why I forced my way through the Dispossessed.
Which of you two DNF more?
Do what?
Which one of you DNF more?
I don't know. Neither one of us really DNF that often.
We're both pretty stubborn about that because, like, we've had a couple of experiences where we've had books that we weren't, like, super into, but we, like, pushed through it and we ended up really liking them.
That's true.
So, and plus, I think we're both just kind of stubborn about it, like, not wanting to DNF.
I always hold out hope that it'll get better. So I'm like, just keep going. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better.
To me, it's just like a time investment thing. It's like math. Like, I have already invested. I'm 100 pages into this bitch.
Yeah.
That's time I'm never going to get back.
Yeah, and so I think a lot of other people look at it the opposite way of like, I don't want to waste my time finishing this.
Right.
But I'm like, look at all the time I'm already going to have wasted.
Right. I'm like, I already spent time reading this, and if I don't finish it, then what? Yeah. What's it for?
Yeah, the only time I will just definitely DNF a book right away is if the writing's just horrible.
Yeah.
Or it's, offensive to me in some way.
Yeah, if it's, like, offensive to, like, my fundamental beliefs or something, then I won't read it,
but that doesn't happen that often.
Mm-mm.
I find myself where if I do DNF a book, it's really easy for me to DNF the next book. And it can become, like, a really super pattern, because once you DNF something, there's like this awesome like weight lifted off of your shoulders, and you're like, fucking hell, dude, that was so amazing. I don't have to read that book now. But yeah, DNFing is weird, I will admit.
Yeah, I think I especially have a hard time DNFing books that I know other people like. Like, for example, The Dispossessed.
Right.
Everyone said how much they love that book, and so I was like, it's gotta get better. It's gotta get better.
Right.
And I hated it all the way through. Yeah.
But it wasn't. It didn't at all.
Not for me, no. Not in my opinion.
What?
I haven't read it yet, and now I'm kind of like apprehensive.
What about it made you not like it at all?
I just felt like she was too heavy-handed with her message, and that is something that really annoys me, is when an author kind of treats the reader like they're an idiot.
Yeah, I don't like being hit over the head with stuff at all.
Yeah. So that was one of the main problems I had. I also just did not like the main character or find him at all interesting, so that was a huge problem too.
So, with your guys' book club that you guys do, tell us about that and how that came about. At least how you do it.
Okay. Well, we do a live show once a month. It's the second Sunday of every month at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Mm-hmm. And the way we're doing it now, we started off choosing a specific book, but we decided that was maybe a little too rigid.
Yeah.
So we decided to take challenges from the Book Riot Read Harder Challenge and pick a specific challenge each month. And so then anyone can pick whatever book they want that fits that challenge, and then we discuss, whether we gained something from reading it,
why we chose that book.
Yeah.
And then we can each kind of talk about what we got from it.
Yeah. And we started out, we wanted to start a book club in real life. That's how it started.
Yep.
And then I think one of us was like, hey, what if we did this on our channel too?
Yeah. So then we just kind of rolled with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how it happened.
Yeah.
I've been afraid to pour off camera because I don't want people to think I'm urinating while you guys are talking. But I was just finishing off my coffee. So
you just gotta do, man. As long as I can't see it, you're fine.
Yeah. And that's what makes you guys different from everybody else. You guys are okay with it, and that's amazing. That's awesome. Now, when we started, I was talking about how... Oh, and real quick, if you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask, go ahead and start throwing them in, and we'll get to them. And here's one question. Isn't Bass Pro meant to be a day trip as well?
Oh, yeah. Bass Pro's like a tourist trap.
Yeah, it is. Because Springfield's actually the headquarters of Bass Pro. So we have like the OG store, and they just opened that Wonders of Wildlife Museum. So that's a big thing too.
Yep.
So
and they purchased like a hotel across the street from it, and then like revamped it to look like Bass Pro.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a big thing here.
Yeah.
It's probably the #1 tourist destination of Springfield.
My
I don't know what else would be in Springfield.
Fantastic caverns.
Oh yeah.
My sister, there's a Bass Pro about an hour from here, and she wants to go because she wants Wahlburger merchandise.
Is that like Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, I guess. See, I don't watch TV very much, and I guess he has a restaurant called Wahlburgers.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
And Bass Pro is like they sell the merchandise for Wahlburgers.
Well, he came to the opening of the Wonders of Wildlife Museum, so he was in Springfield. If you watch that, I didn't see him.
Yeah. Nope, I didn't see him either.
So, I'm not rushing to go to Bass Pro Shop for a Wahlburger shirt.
I pretty much hate going to Bass Pro.
Yeah.
It's just so busy all the time is mainly it. Like, I had to go there the other day to buy something for my dad, and just trying to park in the parking lot was stressful and awful. And I already hated here.
Yeah, and people just get way too close to me in the store. Like, there's too many people, so everyone's smooshed together. And
also, working there for 4 years gave me a huge aversion to camouflage.
Truth. Plus, also, like, working there for 4 years, you kind of know the markup on everything.
Yeah.
And you can get it cheaper other places. So it's kind of like, I don't want to pay that for this.
And plus, when everyone's in camouflage, they're hard to see, and they can sneak up on you.
You just run into people left and right.
It's like a room of ninjas.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying.
It's the worst. Yeah. But they're like Midwestern ninjas, so they just want to bump into you and tell you about Jesus.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's the worst thing ever.
That has actually happened to me. It was in Walmart, though, but this man he was literally decked out in camouflage.
Yeah.
And he came up to me. Ninja. He came up to me and was like, "Did you know that Jesus loves you?" And I was like...
And you're like, no, duh.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, sir. What's not to love? You have a nice day.
Why wouldn't Jesus love me, you asshole?
That's what I should have said.
Oh.
I wouldn't be.
Obviously. I'm cool.
Now, I was talking earlier about how you guys have a very broad spectrum of books that you guys read. How do you guys hear about new books? Are there like certain channels that you just like, no matter what they read, you're like, I'm picking that book up? How does that work out for you guys?
I'm trying to think if there is specific channels. I don't know. I think we just kind of read or watch a variety of channels, and so that's kind of
just get a random assortment.
We get recommendations from all over.
I look at Goodreads a lot too, and just kind of scroll through.
I look at reviews on Goodreads too. Yeah, but I don't know if there's any one channel that I would just read every single thing that they recommended. Because we do read so widely that I don't know if that would work out for any one channel. I mean, there's definitely channels that read super eclectically too, but...
Who reads wider between you two?
I think I'm a little more open to different genres.
Because there are some that I just won't read, and you will,
I'll give anything a go.
Yeah. So I think Sue definitely is more open.
Yeah.
What is a genre, and this is for both of you, like, what is a genre that people wouldn't suspect you guys read?
I don't read it a lot, but I do kind of enjoy romance. I don't read it that often, but when I do read it, I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's kind of a, like, if I'm just in the mood for something really light and fluffy, I like a romance novel. Or actually, this is my guilty pleasure, is I read a lot of smutty fan fiction online, which is basically like reading romance.
What kind of fan fiction? Like, are you like a One Direction fan fiction? Like, what's going on here?
No, that would make me feel creepy because they're very young. But I pretty much exclusively read DCL fan fiction, which is the characters Dean and Castiel from the show Supernatural.
Very nice. It's very specific.
Yeah, well, it's just, I didn't even know fan fiction existed until I was looking up pictures, I think, of Castiel for reasons. And like, found these fan art pictures that I was like, what the hell is this? And then discovered the land of fan fiction, and I've never strayed from DCL. I don't know why.
They're two very attractive gentlemen.
They're two very, very attractive gentlemen.
So there you go. What
about you, Megan?
Is there anything I read that people would be surprised about? I think I'm fairly predictable as far as what I read.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone would be surprised about anything that...
You did read that Haven book, and you said you liked it.
Yeah, I did. I read a romance novel for the Read Harder Challenge, and it was about beards and bondage, and I did kind of like that, which was weird.
Nice.
Yeah. So there was that, but other than that, I don't know. I don't read romance novels.
And you don't have any weird closet fetishes about the guys from Supernatural or nothing. That's strictly a Sue thing.
I mean, I would read other romance for sure and have, but I don't know. For some reason, I just got locked into that. And I haven't.
Well, when you find something you like, why fuck it up? Okay, so Yahara Nunez says, what is the best and worst book you've read this year so far?
Oh, dear. best for me has been, I read the graphic novel version of Kindred.
That was really good.
By Octavia Butler. And that was really a really good adaptation of the book, I thought. So that's probably been the best. The worst, I might have to think on that for a second because I can't remember.
Yeah.
Can I consult my Goodreads?
Consult Goodreads. The best for me was Miracle of Talents by Octavia Butler.
We love
Octavia Butler,
obviously.
But yeah, that was
we never shut up about her.
And we talk about it all the time, but that was like the second book in a duology, and that was really, really fucking good. It actually made me cry, and I am definitely not a book crier. But it was really, really good.
Okay, my worst so far, I think, has been, I listened to this on audiobook, and it was Uncommon Type, the collection of short stories by Tom Hanks. It was not so good. It was read by him, which was cool. I like Tom Hanks, but the stories were really pointless.
Yeah, the worst for me, I think, was Waiting by Ha-Jin, and I don't think there was anything necessarily wrong with the writing in that book. I just didn't particularly care for it. Yeah. There was some weird shit in there.
Weird like what?
Not in a fun way.
Like, not in a fun way. Like, there was this part where he talked about, like, wet dreams. Like, the main character in the book, like, has a wet dream for the first time, and it's, like, a big fucking deal. And he's, like, all concerned about his sheets because he lives in a dormitory. He's, like, an adult. He's a grown-ass man, and he lives in a dormitory with other grown-ass men. And they, like, see his sheets. And they're like, ho, 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 you had a wet dream, buddy. And, like, razz him about it. I'm like, really? That's a thing we're doing now?
I guess.
All right.
That's funny because I watched your last video today, and this is the second time I've heard you talk about sheets in one day. So that's kind of weird.
The sheet stains.
Yeah, the sheet stains. Like, is that a thing that do people have, like, really stained sheets?
That was weird. Yeah.
I mean, I have 3 dogs and I don't have stained sheets. I have, like, holes in my sheets sometimes, but I don't have stains on them.
Okay, well, On the Stoop asks advantages and disadvantages to doing Booktube as a duo.
Advantages, I think that we have a lot of fun together.
We do.
There's like kind of we're in it together. So I feel like if like we fuck up in some way, we're in it together.
Then we both fucked up,
right?
Yeah.
Also, what else? There's 2 of us, so we can, put out more content. Because we both edit, so, I'll edit 1 video a week, and she'll edit 1 video a week.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it makes our content more interesting, too, because then we can actually have a conversation about...
Yeah, and a lot of people say that we kind of, like, play off each other well. So, yeah, I think... people probably like us more together than perhaps they would by ourselves.
Separately.
And then disadvantages is that filming, like, times, we have to, both be free and both...
Right, have to coordinate times and stuff.
That's difficult.
So, like, the spontaneity of, like, you just read something and you want to fucking get on right away and go, oh my god! You can't... Like,
yeah, which, we do. If one of us... we make individual videos occasionally, so it's not a big deal if one of us wanted to do that. But normally we do film together, so that can be difficult. That's kind of why our lighting is always crappy, is because we usually film at night, and we don't have fancy lighting set up. So yeah.
Well, Book Nerd 98 asks, "What is the best and worst thing about BookTube?" Super broad.
I'd say the best thing is just the community as a whole. People just are, for the most part, really friendly, really welcoming. It's really nice to have so many people to talk to about books, because I think sometimes in real life, not everyone loves books. So,
not everyone has, like, immediate friends they can just talk to in person about books. And I think that, BookTube is a good way for people to...
Yeah, and you can find people who, enjoy the specific kind of books that you enjoy, too. So I think that's the best part. The worst part, I think there's A fair amount of like a little bit of booktube elitism. We made a video talking about this in the past, but yeah, I think a lot of people can look down on people for reading certain type of books or for doing certain types of videos, and it just is. It makes me roll my eyes. I'm like, just do what you want to do and let other people do what they want to do.
Get over yourself and move on. Like, I really hate the whole real reader conversation that happens all the time.
Yeah, and
like that gets exhausting because it just seems really pompous to me.
Yeah, and I've heard it from several different people.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot.
Well, I want to apologize if I made you guys feel bad because of that. Because I'm pretty, like, up my own ass. So, yeah.
Well, I never noticed any elitism coming from you.
No,
I'm just kidding. I read shit, so it's okay. What genre is your blind spot, do you think? This is from Eric Peterson, who lives in Michigan.
Hey, Michigan! My blind spot, do you mean something that we just pass over?
Yeah, like
a reader. I think mystery would be one for me.
Me too,
Which I actually read one this year for the Read Harder Challenge again and really enjoyed it.
Same.
So maybe I should read more, but with mysteries and thrillers, I think I always just assume I'm not going to like it. So I don't pick it up.
Yeah, I understand like romance. I don't read any romance really. I read one for the Read Harder Challenge because that was one of the challenges, but I just find a lot of it really silly and like
I think romance is kind of one
they're supposed to be silly. You have to suspend disbelief and just have fun with it. So
yeah, it's awkward because I've never read a romance novel where some dude takes a chick to Taco Bell, and like that happens all the fucking time. So it's like
it really does. Yeah.
It's weird. It's like I don't understand it. Yeah, it would be about like 4 pages long. Yeah, it wouldn't be very good.
Romance novel.
Yeah, the realistic romance novel. You go home by yourself. Okay. Valentina Garcia wants to know, how are you doing with The Bluest Eye?
You finished it, didn't you?
I did finish it, and I needed a moment. I thought it was really good. I thought it was great.
I have not finished it yet. I have not read like at all this week. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I've been a little bit emotionally unstable this week, and so I just couldn't do The Bluest Eye. So I haven't picked it up in I think over a week. But I need to finish it.
What is that book about?
About it when I finished it, so I just kind of like set it down and was like, "We cool? Okay," and like just kind of backed away because I was like, I just needed a second to
like. Toni Morrison, so it's going to destroy you emotionally.
Well, yeah, and so like my heart was kind of crumbly, and I needed a second.
Do you guys like reading books that like make you feel like total shit afterwards?
If they're good, yeah. If it's a good book,
if they're well written, they're good,
then yeah. But I do have to be in the right place for it, I think.
Yeah.
I always need to be alone after it. Like, don't touch me. Like, don't look at me. I just have to, like, just don't. I need a beer and some space. Please.
Yeah.
Liz Schubert asks, do you have a certain day you hang out and film each week?
Not really. We usually do either Friday or Saturday, usually. Yeah, sometimes Sunday. If it's our Booktube or our book club video day, that's on Sundays. Yeah, but yeah, usually we go for Friday or Saturday, just because like we drink beer when we do our videos. Like we gotta work Monday mornings. Right. I don't want to drink beer on a Sunday.
Right.
On the Stoop asks, the biggest disagreement you guys have had over a book.
Maybe The Handmaid's Tale? Yeah, probably The Handmaid's Tale, because there's definitely been other books that I passionately hated that you liked, but you didn't like them passionately enough to care.
I was fairly indifferent.
Yeah. But I don't know, I think that was my main issue, was just the writing style, and I just couldn't bring myself to care all that much about the characters, and I think that's one of my biggest things I need to enjoy a book is to get attached to the characters. Character development.
And Megan, what made you love it?
I enjoyed the writing style. I think Margaret Atwood is a little bit of like a shock to the system at first. Like I think you have to get used to her writing style. But I really liked it, and I found the book really startling because I felt like it was like eerily possible at this point in time. So
yeah, I could see that.
It kind of scared the hell out of me, but in kind of a good way, I guess. But yeah, I thought it was really compelling, and I just really enjoyed it.
Now, do you guys, this is from Book Nerd 98 again, do you prefer long books or short books?
I just prefer good books. Yeah. I don't really care if they're long or short.
I'm the same. I will say that I think I do kind of tend to enjoy long books better. But, you know, for the most part, it doesn't matter as long as it's a really good book.
Yeah. If I'm, like, really, really into something, I never want it to end. So if that's the case, then I prefer, like, a long book or a series. But it really just depends.
One of my favorite books is The Count of Monte Cristo, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a long-ass book.
Is there any books you're reading right now that you feel like could be like your new favorite book or anything like that?
Oh.
No. I mean, I'm enjoying The Bluest Eye, but I don't think I'll like it better than I liked Beloved. So no. And then I have a couple audiobooks I was listening to. Or maybe just one. Yeah, I'm listening to The Power of Habit, and while it's interesting, I don't think it'll be a favorite.
I don't think there's anything I'm reading currently. I am reading Song of the Forest by Colin McKay, which you really liked, which is why I'm reading it, and I do really love it. The language in it is beautiful, and the story is really cool. It's like a fantasy novel set in, like, Scotland.
Yeah.
But,
in the Dark Ages.
In the Dark Ages. But no, it's really cool. So that one might be up there, but I don't think it's going to usurp any of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had to murder someone for one book, what would that book be? And I know murder might be a little not too over the top, but
is this like a random person, or like do I get to pick?
You get to pick, but it's got to be like your favorite book. And this just came up in the chat as well. Like, what's your favorite book of all time?
I think my favorite, it was technically a series, but Lilith's Brood by Octavia Butler. I think that one has usurped all of my other favorites at this point.
Yeah, I love that. I think it has me too, because I think I have like a favorite 3. And so I think like Lilith's Brood is up there, and then The Handmaid's Tale in 1984 by George Orwell. It's like my trifecta of favorites.
Yes. Okay. Ryan Garrison wants to know, and who on Booktube would you murder to get it? I think I might have...
I feel like that's not a nice question.
Yeah, it's not very good. It just like fell out of my mouth like before I even knew I was saying it.
Each other. Yeah.
Okay.
I would never murder Sue. She'd kill me long before I killed her.
Is there anything going on your channel in the near future that you guys would like to talk about?
Other than our book club, I don't think so. Yeah. We're trying to up the quality of our videos.
Yeah, we are.
So,
we're trying to do better lighting and our little backdrops, and
any constructive feedback would be great.
Would be helpful.
Do you guys change where you shoot? Like, do you shoot at your house sometimes, at her house sometimes?
We used to, but mostly we pretty much just shoot at Megan's house now.
And a lot of that is because I'm kind of a homebody and I don't ever want to leave my house.
And I'm home by myself all week.
Keepers watching you guys Booktube.
Well, we were filming a video once here where we're sitting right now, and there's windows right here diagonal to us, and they were open.
Yes, and it was nice outside. Yeah,
and we're in the middle of filming, and we hear someone yell, "Are you guys vlogging?" Yep. And we're like, "Yep."
Are you on YouTube?
Yep. Yeah, and he asked our channel name, and we told him, and he goes, "Ow."
Sorry to disappoint, man. Sorry about it.
Did you think we were like fucking Jake Paul over here, and you're about to meet a celebrity or something?
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Sorry to disappoint, man.
I wouldn't want to meet Jake Paul anyway.
I kind of would, just to like kick him in the nuts.
Oh yeah.
7 Days at Sea asks, do you ever disagree on booktubers or like different ones? If so, how do you handle it in terms of commenting, subscribing, and unsubbing? Ooh, I never even thought about that. You guys share your channel, so how the hell do you do that?
I mean, for the most part, we like the same people, and we would really only unsubscribe to someone if it was, like over a significant thing. Like, we wouldn't just be like, oh, you're kind of irritating, unsubscribe.
Yeah, and yeah, I think if one of us liked someone and the other one didn't, one of us just would not watch those videos.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal. And as far as like commenting and stuff, we both kind of suck at that, so it doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
When you guys do comment, do you put your names at the end of it?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't.
It just depends. Like, if I'm commenting and I feel like it's something that, if it's an opinion that we both share, I won't really specify which one of us it is. But if I feel like what I'm saying is something like specific or like something like, I don't know, that is maybe could be offensive, I'll sign my name to it just so like Sue doesn't get shit for it or something. Otherwise, like, we just...
Because I notice you guys do that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes on Twitter, every once in a while, I don't even do it. But I think it's just kind of more for if someone wants to comment back or whatever, so they know who they're talking to.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be the last one here because my computer is not doing well on my battery. Cat Dancer 76 says, what book would you be willing to go to jail for if it were banned? That's a good-ass question.
Ooh, I would say, probably my top 3 books, because I think, the subject matter of those books kind of lends itself to that, and it's important, and I think that, were it to be banned, I would feel fairly strongly about that.
Yeah, I agree. And I'd say any kind of book like The Handmaid's Tale, even though I didn't care for it that much, I think it has a really important message. And even, I recently read Future Home of the Living God, and also didn't care for it, but again, I think it did have an important message. So anything that I just thought the content was really...
was important or, socially relevant or, I probably would be willing to go to jail for that.
Yeah.
But not the lyrics to a Chris Barnes Cannibal Corpse album.
Probably not. I feel like that probably should be banned, even though it's not.
Yeah. Bringing it back around. All right. So, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you guys in the comments. You guys have been great. Next week, we're going to have Mark Richardson from Richardson Reads on, and we'll have a ton of fun. So, what are your, all your little handles? Because here's a big shocker. I suck at putting links in the stuff below. So just tell people. Shh. Just tell them.
Okay. Well, our channel is the restricted section.
Yeah.
Our Twitter is at restricted SXN.
Yeah. And then, from there, if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can find our Instagram handles, but...
Yeah, everything's in the description of our videos.
Yeah, so they're really good at putting stuff in their description. They even put the questions of tags in there, because I don't do that. I always say I'm going to do it, and I forget. As soon as I walk away, I'm like, it's gone out of my head. You guys are really good at that.
You live to serve, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and until next time, everyone, we will see you later. So long.